Hi beautifuls, welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I cover astrology and everything else I cover is above on the screen. Now, we don't like long intros, so my contacts are directly below, and how to book, what, where, why, how has been all left to the end. Those of you who have clicked the link, I do automate posts to keep you in the loop as when I'm coming live and where I'm going to be. So without further ado, let's get into the update and the real reason you're here. Enjoy. Grab a cuppa, sit back and relax. Love to hear your feedback. Hi beautiful Aquarius, we're here to do your romance read for mid-month September. Now this does have an extension, but without further ado, let's get into the channel messages. Now I do feel you guys are faced with a bit of an interesting few weeks. And it's interesting, it's almost like you're trying to balance everything, right? And that does make sense because we have aspects to Neptune at the minute. And I'm seeing this almost like the symbol of health and balance with justice. And we're facing our shadow with these things. It's like, okay, how can I balance everything? How can I make everyone happy? How can I be the best? And I do feel it's almost like saying you at the moment feel you can't do everything, all right? Offerings, it's like trying to do everything, trying to be the jack of all trades, but almost feeling like in order to get this movement and momentum, it's starting to become a little bit thick. And I don't mean thick, I mean heavy, right? You've got expansiveness in the past, and it does feel everything's catching up. Everything's getting a bit much and it's a bit overwhelming. The chemistry between both parties is great. It's very playful. It can be very conducive. And maybe you're looking back to, the reasons why we make sacrifices in life is to really get to a place where we can, get the bigger outcome. So I feel you logically understand that, but at this point in time, it's like you're kind of looking at going, where's the happiness? You're focusing on that. You might have a breakthrough and victory. I do feel with the very large cup, it's like, the wealth of wisdom, but really, needing to fill your cup, needing to have the balance of give and take, and sometimes having to face that shadow that those things may be. Right now, both parties do have a lot on their plates, maybe trying to get balance in your emotions coming through. But also there can be times where we move through in a portal sense that it's like, oh, we've got to get down. We've got to get down to it. And this is the week right now, especially in love and contracts, that it can get a bit heavy. And I do feel you can be feeling that pressure a little bit. I'm hearing term pressure cooker. Now, the one song that came through for you guys, which at the moment, we'll see how it goes with Gemini, was What Do You Want From Me? And I've heard this song over the last 24 hours. The song initially was written by Pink, but I do believe Adam Lambert ended up singing it. And I think there's some messages in that. Now, that can be the way you are feeling to do with the world and connections and love and everything. Trying to balance it with this equilibrium. Trying to equally give to it's a little bit like you can't put your eggs in one basket, and I don't mean relating to love. I feel you are being pulled in multiple directions, and it's like, wow, it's time to show up now. When really the stress point can move us to, where's the happiness? Where's the light fluffiness? It is coming, but at the moment, for the next 2 weeks, it can feel pretty heavy. I feel you're really moving in to get some balance in your life. And I feel some of you also can be really looking at, hey, I've been doing so much. You can even be looking at maybe temptation energy in reverse. It's like, the devil card. It's like the devil in the detail. This is getting too much. I really need to have a bit of a breakout. I'm moving to burnout. This also can be where you physically are looking at, okay, I've got to batten down the hatches. I need to get some things done. I emotionally need to start taking care of myself, taking care of, your well-being. And I feel this at the moment, it's almost like it's really calling you to assess certain things, but it can be unhealthy patterns that you're looking at in a shadow sense. I'm just looking at your chart because I do feel it's really important that we understand, especially because you are going to have the full moon in Pisces in your second house. It can be your nutrition and your diet, looking after yourself, keeping grounded, but also sometimes it can be where we're eating on the run, eating on the run, trying to get a lot done, but emotions can be coming up. And this can also come through as throat chakra. I do feel, again, you have been working extremely hard. You are going to reap rewards, but it's also where you're looking at life and saying, okay, what do I need? What do I not need? What's working for me? What's not? How can I shift this about? Now, there might have been some confusion coming in love, and you may be fearing that if you don't do certain things, maybe the outcomes are not going to be positive. And it's really asking us to let go and to trust the process, that you can manifest these things, both good and bad. And again, it can be our conditioning, and the family tree has been coming up a lot in my psychic downloads, and it has been to do with our conditioning. You know, a lot of these things we're ingrained with. They can be habits, patterns, values and viewpoints, which they're not bad things, but it also could be a time when we need to look at that shadow and go, does it resonate with us? Does it mean that the same thing's going to happen? Do we have to repeat cycles? Not necessarily. Now, I do feel you have it in you to be able to bring this balance and this controlled manifestation, where we understand Rome wasn't built in a day, but also that we can break these things down. Your dream is soon to become a reality, so be careful what you're dreaming. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Now, on the higher octane, we did have Jupiter and Pisces, and I see you guys romantically. You know, you're speaking your truth. You're saying what your needs are. But we need to be quite purposeful when we're speaking, especially during Mercury retrograde. Your fear is that this isn't coming back into balance, and you can be maybe doing too much at the moment to make sure everything's okay. But we can't maintain that forever, so it can cause conflict when we realize we're reaching a threshold. Again, due to situations in the past, maybe you felt if you didn't, you know, there was going to be a dire outcome. And maybe because in the past you were dealing with a knight instead of an emperor, that you felt that you directly had to do certain things. And I do feel things have changed. I do feel that, you know, the outcome of what you're wanting is that you do have freedom to do this. But again, the yellow is about healthy boundaries. It's also to do with inner healing. I'm noticing the lotus flower, which again is to do with Chiron. We're moving through this portal at the moment where we are healing and we can make things happen. But it also can be co-creative energy of what we're manifesting. So I feel you're having to, we're doing the shadow, yes, somewhere over a rainbow, we're having this. And I do feel in our thoughts are matching our manifestations at the moment. So be careful in a sense of what you're thinking and feeling, because we can accidentally co-create it. I do feel some of you are frustrated. Some of you are feeling that this is causing a little bit of distress because you want there to be a good outcome. But some of you are feeling, again, I just keep hearing the term, I can't make everyone happy. You know, how do I move forward to get my happiness? I feel you're doing such because, again, you're trying to tick all the boxes, cross all the T's and dot all the I's. Yes, that, you know, that is necessary. But again, it's like there's this avoidance to almost a fear that, you know, it's going to mess up. But I don't feel it's this person, because I feel this individual is coming through now as an emperor. But I do feel there's a nervousness. I feel you may be looking at it like, look, this isn't going to be good. And I feel for some reason it's almost like you're being pulled in a separate direction, but I don't feel it's romantic. I feel it might be with your schedule and things to that degree. But again, because this wound may be in fact here, it can be telling you, hey, if I'm being pulled in a different direction or something isn't looking like it's moving through, does that mean in fact it's not? And we can be really feeling at the moment we're quite blind and we're not seeing how you know, these things are going to be, but it's very intuitive in nature, so that can be causing a little bit of fear. You're really being guided to just allow these things to go, even though you might be really feeling as though you don't have energy point blank zero, you don't want to fight, you don't want to make anyone upset. I just keep hearing, I don't want to make anyone unhappy. Now, this can be your romantic partner with these channel messages, because energies can swap, but I am picking that there is a feeling that you're trying to do too many things and it is coming to an emotional override. Okay, how is this individual feeling, please? Yeah, they do feel that there is a new cycle here. They feel you're also spiritually changing. But it's funny because it's very Mars in nature. It's coming through almost like Mars in nature. It's also reminding me very similar to, what was the movie? I'll have to think on it. It's almost like you are transforming and changing, but this warlike energy is coming through and you are a real survivor. They're deeply passionate about you. There is a lot of chemistry. And I do feel some of you are almost caught in between a rock and a hard place. Again, I do see you feeling as though a decision needs to be made. But I also feel the conflict. I'm going to pull a chakra card because I feel this could be war of words. War of words, maybe emotions coming up that you had suppressed. And I do feel you're creating a healthy boundary. I feel there's something you've seen that you're not happy with. And you're expressing your perspective to this person. And you're also explaining why you've kept this down, but it could come up in a blow-up form. So just be really careful. I do feel, almost like I said, juggling, and I just had the ping in the ears, juggling like you're trying to do everything. And we tend to do this when we're busy and emotional, we can keep extremely busy. Because there can potentially be an avoidance of an emotion. We don't really know what it is, and then bang, it comes up. I do feel you're holding it down. You're trying to hold it together. But there's something here that's frustrating you. And I do feel it's almost like your radar is up. And through your radar, it's like you want to address it. And you can be quite cross when you're addressing this. I would say walk through the next 2 weeks coherently. I'd also say walk through the next 2 weeks in awareness that it can be tough and we do need to get adequate sleep. And I would very, very strongly suggest getting enough sleep because it will help us deal with these problems more effectively. Now, I am seeing 2 energies here. For some of you, it may be that you are looking at an outcome of what you're wanting. For others of you, it's 2 individuals, 2 romantic individuals, left or right. Come through and see the extension. We'll dig deeper into that. But I do feel that you're really quite stressed out, but you could be actually having war of words with what your needs are. And it can be due to something that you've seen, but also really trying to express your personal needs so this individual knows. Some of you who are not in communication, again, I do see communication coming in, but I'm also sensing that you're stronger in your energy now and you know what you want and you will create the healthy boundary. It won't end up being an argument, but it will be you know what you want and you're going to be more in the form of, and I've been saying this for the last 2 weeks, Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, really sitting there saying, hey, I know my truth. I know this is what I need. I know this is what I'm deserving of. And really focusing on your responsibilities in your life and just really allowing that person to do that transformation to see your perspective. Love and light. If you wish to come through and see the extension, you're most welcome. Otherwise, we'll see you for the lives and the twin flame updates. Thanks for joining YILDIZ Readings. If you do need to find the link for the Members Hub, it is directly below in the information box, or you can see above on the screen, it's on the main page. Now we have 3 tier levels, as well as on Fridays, we are live on the main platform. By clicking the bell, I automate posts for both the members and the main page, plus any additional information I feel you need. The website is been updated and we do have a lot more content on it, as well as new products coming in 2022. If you do want to join webinars, we have the list, as well as the launch of the Age of Aquarius with a VIP list. For all my other media content, follow me live on the links below. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We all have it covered, and we have more content coming. See you during the week.